Hi everyone. This makeup date is going to be filmed a little bit late at night, but I just wanted to hop on air and just kind of share a few things that have been going on in my makeup world. I think the first thing I'm going to be doing today is actually retouching my makeup for this video, because I think it does have to do with kind of a few of the things that I'm thinking about moving out of my collection. So since the last update, which I think was just about a week and a half ago, I did finish my eye cream and no other major things in terms of like products have been finished. I'm eyeing a few things right now, but this whole handful of brushes, I am thinking of giving away. Some of it, like my kids could use, but honestly, I was kind of looking at my collection. I was like, it's just so bulky to travel with these. Like, can I get away with not traveling with these, or at least like not using these day to day and having to clean them too, right? So and also because I've also moved away from purchasing a lot from Sephora, just having like Sephora branded brushes around like just was kind of weird to me. Also the shape of them, like I was dealing with, but I don't know, I was like, could I, I think it's just still in my makeup consumeristic mindset. I'm like, is there like areas where I can replace or whatever and it's not working well for me or something like that? So I went to my brushes because those are things that's like, oh, maybe I should finally invest in them or something like that. But I decided to take a step back, and I think one really cool approach to decluttering is not just to like immediately choose something and just say like, oh, I need to put it in the trash, but to actually just keep it around. So I kept it around for, it's been about a week now. And I said, how much could I actually get away with just my sponge, just a damp sponge? And surprisingly, a lot. It's actually a lot. So let me show you kind of the few things that I've been able to do with the damp sponge to still like be able to put on a full face of makeup. And then I'll show you kind of like the one brush that I think I really do actually need to keep around. So from primer, I don't need a brush. Foundation base, I don't need a brush. I don't really wear concealer. Of course, cream blush and cream bronzer, which I will put on for you because I am looking lacking right now. I've been mainly using my lip liners for this right now. I've just been really wanting to work through this, and this looks like it's kind of like a nubbin, so I'll go ahead and sharpen this too. That's always exciting. So that's nice, sharp, and pointy there. And this is all that's left there. I think it's just about, oops, don't want that to fall off. Just not quite my full hand. I'm not really sure where to put it. I mean, this part by itself is not quite, I guess it's almost my middle finger length. Yeah, I don't really have a good reference, to be honest. But I know I probably won't be able to get it all the way down. So probably by the time that it is, yeah, by the time it gets down there, I think I only have about a length of my middle finger left to use up, which is still quite a bit, but using it like this will obviously get through it faster. And this is all that's left of my Whirl lip liner from MAC. It starts out quite long, probably like 3 or 4 times the length. And this is the tiny bit, not even pinky size. But this one goes kind of in the contour bit there. And then my sponge is not super damp. I might actually be retiring this one after this, after today's use, but been using it so far. Something that I've realized actually cleans my sponges really well, and I think I could maybe get like, usually I've been keeping them around for about a week and a half because these are technically disposable sponges. I think I can keep them around for about a week and a half with using not micellar water, sorry, using Castile soap. I have like a bar Castile soap that I have been using to clean my sponge, and it gets it so clean, like surprisingly clean. So, all right, I don't know how streaky I'm gonna be. Let me take a peek in my, okay, not super bad, but yeah, this at least puts a little bit of color back on my face. But yeah, so that's there. And then let's see here. Eyeshadow I'm actually able to also put on. I really only been putting on, I already have some eye primer on, so I'm not going to reapply that. Basically, I mixed this pinkish color and this gold color together. And because my damp sponge is like so like, I tried my best to like really like take out the water. I don't know what it's called, to make sure it's only damp and not like wet, so it doesn't like create that hard layer. I actually haven't had the problem yet. I know that one of them is a MAC eyeshadow, so it could be just a little bit better. Looks like it's like starting to maybe hard pan, so I do need to be careful. It might have to scrape off the top a little bit, but it's still swatching okay, so I'm not gonna like mess with it too much. But that might be something I'll just have to do later on. But yeah, but to cut down a eyeshadow brush, which I have on my backup. I like it mine enough, but also applying it wet does also make it look a little bit brighter too. I can also do it with my contour shade. So I just put a little bit there, like contour as in like eye contour. So I usually tap it off on the back of my hand just to make sure that like if it does have fall off. I mean, the sponge does take up most of it, but I think just to make sure I'm not over applying anything either. And then I can basically use whatever side I have. Either if I have like my base on like the sponge side, I can kind of use that to buff things out. Dropped something. Let's see if I can get eyes on it quickly. Oh, there it is. I do have a cream blush I've been trying to use up. I think I'll skip it for this application, but typically I do put that on too. So yeah, that cuts out 2 of my eye brushes. I have not really tried this method for, no, I did try it once with my bronzer, and it was okay. I could maybe show you guys how it is. I think I just really have to be, whatever I get on the sponge, I do have to dab off quite a bit, and can kind of work in there. And so the one brush that I think I really need to keep around is a powder brush. I haven't figured out which shape I want out of the few that I have. I'll show you guys kind of the options. Honestly, I mean, a lot of them can work. These were technically like, these ones are technically like blush and bronzer ones. So they're a little bit of a smaller head than like the big powdery ones. Actually, I might be more interested in keeping one of these softer ones around. Maybe this. Like, I really like having a slim look, but maybe this shape is what I'm going for. As much as it's Sephora branded. This is like their foundation brush. But yeah, I think something just to like, something smaller than like a traditional powder brush. I might try this one for a few days and see how that works with things. So I am nearly done with my DIY powder. It's literally just lining there. But I was trying it with a smaller brush that I really want to keep around. Actually, surprisingly, that one was a Sephora brush, but maybe because it wasn't so like clearly branded, I wasn't as bothered by it. Maybe it's just a brand. Maybe it's just showing the branding thing. Maybe it's just to put like washi tape on all of my things. I think my new running joke is like, if I want to hide a brand, I'm just gonna washi tape it. So I washi taped the MAC brand that's on this little palette. I also washi taped my mascara side here because I actually cracked the lid there, and so I need to keep it together somehow. But maybe washi tape will be my new makeup rebranding best friend. But yeah, I think just something to. But yes, I think I just do need a powder. I don't like using the sponges that come in here. And of course, a wet sponge isn't really useful there either, especially because I've already covered every side of that with something else. So it might just be one of these. I might just have to do that. And also, like, this could buff out, like, you know, harsh edges too, if it's, you know, especially if it's this size. Not super big, but not super small. So I'll keep this around, keep testing that out. But that's kind of my idea there. So hopefully you thought this was somewhat interesting. I think I've really been able to pare things down. And then from there, the other introduction, I think I mentioned this one. This is the setting spray from Jason Wu. It smells a little off to me. It smells kind of fermented, or like, I don't know, like yeasty. So I wonder if there's something off about this, but I did look up the batch code. It says it was made at like end of 2003, so it doesn't seem that old for a product. And so I'll stick with it and see how far I can get with this. But if it's really starting to make me feel kind of gross or whatever, then, or if I have a reaction, which I haven't yet, then, you know, I'll consider it. Sorry, water noises, pipes, if you can hear that from someone else using the bathroom in the house. So yeah, that is kind of, I think my biggest update is really those brushes and kind of the process there. So I Anyways, the other update is I think last time I introduced the iron one. Why did I just say that? Yeah, maybe it is called the iron one. I'm starting to blank a bit, but it's working out okay. I think sometimes it's because it doesn't have the fibers to really help separate the lashes. And as much as some of the spirally bits attempts to do that, sometimes it's still find my lashes sticking together just a little bit. But it's not the end of the world for me because I'm barely putting any mascara on. But something I've noticed. So it might not be, again, like there's no perfect, I'm realizing that there's no perfect mascara solution for me. So it's been some kind of hodgepodge. So we'll figure it out. It might end up being, a few days might end up being, put this on, plus use like my mascara fan brush to maybe pick it apart a little bit. But also just think sticking with light hand always helps with keeping it look separated. So that is my update for now. And I'll update you next time in terms of maybe next time I'll try to update you on what brush I end up keeping, because I feel like if I can do it with so many brushes, it would honestly even lighten my load for makeup brushes. I was thinking of maybe getting like painting brushes, and I've done this in the past for like, you know, if I just want to do fun looks, but I think day to day I really just need a powder brush. Like I have this like really good shaped eyeshadow brush on standby, haven't touched it. So that's that for now. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.